Welcome back to our Bluesy Water channel. I'd like to do another follow-up video on inputting supplements into the Healy Residence, supplements, remedies. And I'm just going to bring up our list of supplements. We already showed you how to get the supplements in, so I just want to do a quick follow-up. Okay, so here's a list of some of the supplements I inputted into the Healy. And I did some glandulars, some bioidentical hormones, supplements for the brain, 5-HTP, amino acids, phenylalanine. These are really excellent brain chemistry supplements, and these are the main focus that I like to work on: thyroid, the endocrine gland system, the brain. I'm 66 years old, so I really put a lot of focus on refinement in that area. So basically, I just want to be clear. Once I input the supplements two-way, I just want to make sure we're clear on this process. I input, for instance, here's 5-HTP, and there's 5-HTP homeopathic. So why did I make two? We covered this in the last video. So I'm going to go into the 5-HTP, and now you go to edit. Now, like we mentioned in the last video, you could fill in these fields. You can watch that. We'll explain how to do it and why. But this is the basic template. We already added the symbol and the energy in. And, okay, now, for the basic template, we're not making it homeopathic, so there's a check mark in the blank box. And if I were to exit that and go into the homeopathic, I would never be able to come out. I would now be forced to do a homeopathic remedy. So this is a bug in the program. Once they fix it, you should be able to have one template and either have a non-homeopathic or homeopathic. But for now, you're going to have to make two templates. So basically, you leave this alone. You always just come in, use it. Now, I want to make a point on Vibrate. If you're going to do a bunch of electronic nutrition, I'm finding, and again, I use a pendulum to dowse. I'm finding that 8 seconds or 17 seconds typically is where I end up. So, I mean, if you really, really feel you're deficient in a supplement, you really need to really, let's say you're super low in iron, you might, come up with a higher time. But generally, you're taking, let's say, a series of supplements, and I don't like to meld them all into one bag or anything, because I dowse, and every day to day, within the day, my needs change and the picture changes. If you're healing yourself and doing really good therapies, then you should get most of your nutrition from your food. So these are really making up for long-term imbalances, but ultimately we have a program where you can optimize the gut microbiome, detox the body, and create incredible absorbability. That's the end goal. But what are the deepest issues require the deepest attention, and sometimes you will need additional supplements. Most of my supplements deal with long-term brain chemistry issues and just getting older, the brain, and then the endocrine gland system. But generally, I'm taking way less of those supplements. That's why you dowse, because if you're doing good work, you're making progress, and goodbye supplements. All right, but generally, 8 seconds or 17 seconds should be around where you end up, due to the fact if you're taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 supplements, you just don't want to overdo it. But you're going to have to ask your body. Everyone's different, so we have videos on how to use a pendulum. If you ever want to do a tutorial, we can try to help you with some skills. If you self-muscle test is trickier. I never found that really easy to do. Working on someone else is much easier. But if you have a system that you really trust in asking yes and no questions that bypasses your mind, go for it. Alrighty, so the second template, just go back here in the back arrow, back to our supplements. So So we had 5-HTP regular. Like we said, if you go out of that regular, you'll never get back. And then we look for our 5-HTP homeopathic. Kind of scroll down. Here it is, 5-HT homeopathic. Okay, so here's 5-HTP homeopathic. Just real quick, you go in, here's your template. Now this is the dynamic template because you can change, first of all, once again, you can change any field once you come back and edit, but obviously the one you're focusing on now is the homeopathic. And again, the picture, day to day, moment to moment, changes. One moment, your need for homeopathic remedy might be more emphasis on the physical. Now, let's go through this one more time. The D remedies are more physical, the C, mental, emotional, and the LM more spiritually based. The 1E code in all of them relates to karmic on 1E6, parents 1E12, grandparents 1E24, and 1E36 is multi-generational. I am a Ho'oponopono practitioner, so that's another reason I found the Healy quite intriguing. They are really looking at these aspects. This is why I bought the Healy, actually, because most of your issues are memories replaying in the subconscious whose imprints are very ancestral, heavy karmic. In other words, it's that same old shit going round and round with very deep, mucky, stuck energy aspects. So all my therapy, all my teachings, all my so-called quote-unquote table work leads back to karma, ancestral memories. It's Ho'oponopono teaching. I highly recommend you look at their consciousness model. You really need to dig in and understand how to work alchemically at this very fascinating field. So anyhow, you are simply going to, again, douse and decide if you're going homeopathic. First you ask, do I need 5-HTP regular or homeopathic? If you're doing great spiritual cleansing spontaneously that morning, probably won't need much of the 1E stuff. But it's simply a dowsing and asking, pick the remedy you need, pick the potency, the C class is it. By the way, the 1.0 is 1,000. It's supposed to be a comma. And then if you think this is where the pendulum is so beautiful, or your dowsing skills, because you really just don't know. You have a sense, you have an energy, you have a feel, but to try to break it down, this is why the Healy is really good. It's scanning you in a pure frequency language, it's pinging your body, and it's saying, oh, we need to send this in and that. And any good practice, you're trying to ping the body and remove the barriers that stand in the way, as Ruby said. There are these very subtle blocked energy fields which exist, in my belief system, on the body, off the body. You're a receiver for consciousness forms, for karmic consciousness formations. And if you're an empath, like me, I am, sometimes you're taking on a lot of consciousness work and trying to help out, and you clean what shows up in your field, regardless of the source. You don't worry about analyzing, is it mine, is it yours? You're simply just staying cleaning consciousness, knowing that all, as the Buddhists say, that if you get enlightened, you come back and dive into the deep hell realms until every soul is liberated. That's a very excellent consciousness attitude. But please understand, you only should stay focused on your own field and really use this beautiful language system of frequency to assist your meditation practice. Alrighty, so again, with the homeopathic template, decide which you're going to use. Any of these other fields, of course, can be modified. We covered that in the last video. Alrighty, and also we just put out a video, real brief, look at it, we'll post a link below. Please make sure to energetically clean the Healy and the supplements you're putting on the Healy to imprint, so you get a really good clean read on that supplement. Alrighty, if you have any questions, please contact me, Andrew@bluesywater.com. And we also love to teach you integrated skills. If you look at our channel, you'll see we have a lot of teachings, a lot of playlists. Once again, try to keep the time reasonable when you're doing a series of supplements. Don't overload your system. Just give it like you would take a supplement. You put it in your mouth, you swallow it. That's about 5-6 seconds. So you're just simply getting your body to recognize the energy. I found 3 a little too low, so I was landing on around 7 to 17 generally. So once again, just douse and find out what you really need, but keep these principles in mind. Thank you. Take care.